Well,
What's going on, everybody? AJ Capasso here from Coventry Circle Paranormal. I'm here with my good friend.
Robin from Huffern Paranormal.
And we're still missing one of our really good buddies, Steve Hopkins. Unfortunately, he's at work during this time, so we couldn't have him on right at the moment. But he will be coming on very shortly. We're going to be switching to Sundays, like I keep telling everyone, for certain shows, and he will be on. So will my partner who works with me. But first, we want to give some shout outs, man. First, you want to give Mr. and Mrs. AAP a shout out? Tell some people what it's about. Go ahead, Robin.
AAP Variety Channel on YouTube. Basically, just helping everybody grow their channels, helping everybody get friendly with other people, and altogether a great channel. And they were on a few weeks ago.
Bam! Sorry, I had to. I just had to do it. So, anyway, so next one we want to give a shout out to is good friends of ours, like really good friend of ours, and also a sponsor of ours is FCD Ghost Boxes out of the UK. Nigel Mortimer and Helen Mortimer, husband and wife, they do a great job working together. Nigel does most of the building, everything, but I'm telling you, it's he has a spirit box. That is also, you could turn into a portal. I mean, it's adjustable sweep. It's amazing. And now he also has that built-in REM pod with it as well, all in one unit. Really affordable, which is amazing. So head over to FCD. And I'll show you this thing right here, FCD boxes.co.uk. Great stuff. So make sure to go over there and check it out. We will be doing a demo live on ours when we do get ours in. Another people that we do want to give a shout out to real quick is another one of our sponsors. Awesome people, Global United Paranormal Foundation. They are incredible. They are great people. Eldon, all of them, Brian. I mean, you name it. There's just a ton of them. They're just amazing people, and they help people all over the world. I was just working with them, trying to help a lady on a case, and we ended up getting her some really good researchers to work with. So it's going to be great. One of their sister or brother companies that's coming out that's going to have some amazing tech that has never been used in the paranormal field before is Paratech Laboratories. Stay tuned, because when that launches, I don't know if it's going to be later this year or if it's going to be next. They're just trying everything out in the field, but from what I have seen so far of the stuff that they are doing, I mean, it is amazing. I mean, just things that I don't know why it hasn't been done
Game
yet.
changing.
Yeah, game changing. It really is. Person we want to give a shout out to hardcore is to my best friend, one of my best friends, like by far. Guy has our backs. Guy has everyone's backs. He is Brian Laverty of Huntophobia. He's on Paraflix. If you guys don't know what Paraflix is, it's a streaming app. Has everything with music videos, like all different types of stuff. But the main thing that I go there for is for the paranormal. That's why you get the Paraflix. Love it. They have, I believe, little short videos as well, and I think they do have some documentaries. I think, right, Robin, as well, like little short, like
Yeah.
ones. Awesome. So, also another great team, awesome team, I have to say, is PD Region Paranormal. You need to head over to their social medias. All these guys that we're showing right now, head over to the social medias, check out what they're doing, because there's going to be huge announcements for them. They do events, PD, and all the great stuff. Another great one is Paranormal Consultant Matt Barron. He's with Paracrew Podcast as well. Please check him out. Go to Paranormal Consultant. These are pages that you could share your own stuff on as well, which is awesome. They're great people. They love Paraunity. They love helping people. So check them out. And our friends from Down Under, great friends. Night Watchers Paranormal Australia, also on Paraflix right now. That's streaming. So go check them out. Check out their YouTube. Check out their social medias. They actually go live a ton of the time, and they get to speak to their fans, which is great. They're great people. And lastly, one of our newest sponsors is, if you haven't heard of it, it's called Ghostenergy.com. Ghost is basically a company that is healthy. Healthy like energy drinks. You can find them in health stores like GNC. They also have pre-workouts, all this stuff. They got spooky flavors from Swedish Fish, orange creamsicle to Sour Patch Kids. I mean, it doesn't get anything more than that. I mean, even Airheads, I believe, is right there too. I mean, that's just wild. I mean, I can't personally wait to try the creamsicle, because I always just think creamsicle is just always good for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, and one last person I just want to do a quick shout out for is Pasadena Paranormal, just because he's a good friend of ours. He was on here earlier. If you didn't see his episode, make sure to go back and check it out. and basically we just want to get going. And I want you to please introduce us to our guests today, because they are some cool people.
Yes, today we have a guy called Mark Lee. He is lead investigator in Enlightened Souls Paranormal. He also is a lead singer, lead vocalist in a band that you may have heard of called Decade of Decadence.
Amazing.
Yeah, great band, great singer, great guy. It become a really good friend. I speak to him all the time online. He comes out of Illinois, and I don't know if it's anywhere near Chicago or not, but I know that he comes out of Illinois anyway.
Well, Illinois
There's
is the state, but it's all right,
yeah.
Robin. You're not smart. I get. Don't worry, everyone. He's a little slow. Don't worry. It's all right.
No, I don't know whereabouts in Illinois where he is. If he's near Chicago, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's all right. You tried to get back. You didn't though. It's all right. Don't worry. Everyone, don't mind him.
I'm trying to look like I know everything.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the slow one in the group. Don't mind him.
Ignore me.
But
Anyway,
also, go ahead.
And he's got a team member on with him as well called Barbara Whitlow, she's obviously in his team. We're going to get them back on again in the future with the whole group. But today it's just those two. So without any further ado, AJ?
Yeah, let's bring him in. We're going to bring in Mark first. So, Mark, what's going on, my friend?
Hello, Mark.
Hi, everybody.
Here is Barbara.
I'm Barbara.
Just to let everyone know. How are you, Barbara? Just want to let everyone know, Barbara right now is not going to be doing video. She's just going to be doing talking. So you can see her picture. She will be able to answer stuff, hear things, see things. She just doesn't have the video right at the moment. It's not a big deal, but we're going to have a great conversation anyway. But I just wanted to let our viewers know, because they're like, well, why isn't Barbara moving? Well, it's just the picture, so don't get nervous.
But if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask our guests, and they will answer.
Absolutely. And before we start asking one question, I want to also give a shout out real quick to FLA Paranormal Researcher TV, who basically said, hello and rock on to all of us. And Bryce D. Castro Project Frankenstein, he says hi, everyone. But so Robin, kick it off with a question, my friend, because I got to have a sip of this Coke.
Well, I'm just yeah. I'm on zero.
Oh, see,
no, I've just got to. Yeah, no sugar. I've just got to ask, obviously, Mark, as to how you first got into the paranormal.
Well, that started when I was a kid. We used to live in a town called Kewanee, Illinois. And my dad bought an older house. It was a really cool house. It had a lot of stained glass above the bay windows and stuff. It was really awesome. I mean, when I was a kid, we walked into it and I seen all the stained glass. I'm like, wow, this place used to be a funeral home or something or what, but yeah. I didn't know, but it wasn't. But I had one room that was on the north end of the upper level, and it was kind of a half octagon. So it had a flat wall here, and then it went out like this and this. And that was my toy room. And one day I walked into my toy room and I saw this little girl sitting in the middle of the floor. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, hello. I mean, just plain, I could see her just like she's a human. There was no transparency to her. She didn't look like a spirit at all. And I said, who are you? And she says, my name's Melinda. And I said, hi, Melinda. And she goes, you want to play? And I said, sure. So I got some toys out and stuff. Of course, she didn't move anything right away, but eventually, because I didn't have girls' toys. I had G.I. Joes, right? I mean, the big G.I. Joes, you pulled the string and it talked and everything.
Yeah.
I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I had them now because they're worth a fortune. But,
I know, right?
But anyway, through the years of me growing up, when I got into about 7th grade, it kind of occurred to me, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting older and I'm getting bigger, but Melinda's still the same size she was when I first met her.
Yeah.
One day I walked into my toy room and she was standing like over by one of the windows. But this time she had a little bit of a transparency to her. I could kind of see through her and I could see the window behind her. And I'm like, Melinda, how come you're not getting older? And she giggled. Literally, I could hear her giggle like, and she goes, silly. She goes, I'm a spirit. And I said, you are.
Well, that would have caught me off guard.
And I said, I'm kind of freaked out. She goes, it's okay. She goes, I'm not bad. She goes, I died here. years ago. I died here. And I said, what did you die from? She says, I died from tuberculosis.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And when we moved up to a little country town, Sheffield, Illinois. When we moved, apparently she is attached to something in the house that we didn't take, because I've never seen her since. She stayed with the house. That's how I got into it. And then, of course, I would go places and I would kind of feel like I'm being watched. I would feel like something's looking at me, and I'd look around. I didn't see anything, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And my third eye was, I would say, maybe half open at that time. You know what I mean? Like, as you get older, your third eye closes, they say.
Yeah, they say around 12, 13 years old, but also I think it also has to do with like environmental. It's like a muscle, they say. So if you're not working it out, so, but that's awesome. You saw that, but keep going, please. Because I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So,
I had a similar thing. That's why.
About 14, 15 years old, I was 16 to 17 years old. I was a freshman or sophomore. I started playing piano, right? Mm-hmm. And I started writing some songs. And I got a call from a family in Tiscawa, Illinois, little farm town. Don't blink when you drive through it, right?
Yeah.
And I went over there, and their little girl, her name was Randy Kay. And I sat down with him, and she had already had leg braces put on. She had a back brace on, and her parents go, we heard that you write songs. And I go, yeah. And they says, could you write a song about our daughter? And I said, I'd love to. And they said, well, you can just talk to her. And I said, okay. So I went into the living room where she was sitting, and I said, hi. And she goes, hi. She goes, I heard you're going to write a song about me. And she was maybe 12 years old at the time. And I said, well, I can. I said, but, I need some good lyrics. And so I just want to talk to you and write down some of the things you say. And she says, I've already talked to angels. And I said, you what? She says, I've had angels visit me. She says, I don't know what their names were, but they visit me. And they told me that pretty soon I'm going to leave this earth, and I'm going to have angels' wings. And right away, it popped in my head. I went, ooh, title, Angels' Wings. And so I incorporated that into the song. I actually have the song written, and I'm going to re-record it now that I have a digital studio. But
awesome.
It is an awesome song. She says, I said, so what do you want this song to be about? She says, well, I want you to write the song to let everybody know that they don't need to be afraid. When it's your turn to go, I go, yeah. She says, because we're all going to have angels' wings. We're all going to see each other with angels' wings. And I wrote that down. And she says, but I want you to put one verse. I want it directed towards my mom and dad. Wow. And I says, what do you want me to say?
Yep.
And she said, I want you to let them know that even though I'm gone, we'll never be apart, because I'm always going to be living here inside their heart. And I, word for word, that's the verse. It's just there. And it's a very powerful song. It's really beautiful. But yeah, that's so once that happened and I wrote that song, I started getting inspirations at about 2 a.m. And I mean, when I say inspirations, I mean, I would wake up from a dead sleep, sit up, and have a whole song in my head. And I would go down to the studio, because we had a basement that was off of the house. It was more like a storm shelter my dad built, but I made it my studio. And I would do everything but the vocals, but I would write all the lyrics down.
Wow.
And then when everybody was awake the next morning, or when I got home from school, I would lay the vocal tracks. Of course, we had, like a cassette 8-track at the time. It wasn't digital like it is now.
Oh, that is so cool. I tell you what, what's so weird that you said that is that I started actually, hold on, before I tell this story, I wanted to just introduce everybody. To your bottom left, this is my buddy Dylan. He's from Halfway Paranormal. He was actually on the beginning of when I started this podcast with his brother, with another group. And I wanted to bring him in as a guest. We bring in guest hosts and stuff, but I forgot that he wasn't working today. I wanted to bring him in. So I just wanted to introduce him to you quick, Mark, and also to Barbara. Dylan, if you want to say what's up and introduce yourself for a second. It's all right.
All right. How's it going, everybody?
Going good, Dylan. Sorry, I'm getting text messages from the band manager. They're on site setting the stage up right now. So we're doing a concert tonight for about 3,000 to 4,000 people. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, and normally I'm there by now because I am the safety guy that makes sure everybody wears their harnesses when they're rigging the lights, and I check everything. And yeah,
of course, that's what I do where I work. I'm security, and I do load in for everybody. So I totally get what you mean. It's not an easy job sometimes. I get it. But what I was gonna say to what you said was how you get this inspiration with the music. I grew up as a musician. My family was in drum corps constantly. So I started off as a snare drum player. I wanted to be a drummer. And then 12 years old, I met up with friends who got me into Slipknot, Linkin Park, stuff like that back in those days. And I bought a guitar from a pawn shop for like $70. It was a terrible guitar, but I didn't know at the time. I didn't care. I loved it. And I went out, and I tell you what, I ended up a beauty. Look at that beauty right there. Yep. I should grab my mic over there. And what's crazy is when I was in my band, I would literally get I was telling Robin one time I woke up and I had the entire chorus and I had all the I just knew what I was playing. And I've never been taught how to play guitar. So I don't know any chords or nothing. I don't know what the names are or nothing. I just knew it. And I tell you, we almost got a record deal and stuff from with a rock rap group with G Unit back in the day and stuff. And unfortunately we went our separate ways and the band went, different places. But I remember having those inspiration things. So everything you just said is absolutely 100% true.
So you and I kind of relate a lot because when it comes to guitar, I can play rhythms and I can play some slow ballad leads, you know what I mean? But when it comes to doing the Stevie Vai and Eddie Van Halen stuff, I learned the scales and stuff, right? So I usually bring in one of my guitar players to do those fancy leads if I need them. But I learned how to play E, A, and I believe C on a guitar. Yep. I learned 3 notes because my guitar instructor, my mom would take me over there and he would show me these notes, the same notes over and over again. I show him, I knew them. And then he just wanted to talk about Acre Creature Feature. Did you watch Godzilla last night? I'm like, I'm here to take guitar lessons, not talk about Acre Creature Feature, So my mom pulled me out. So my mom pulled me out of those lessons when I told her that I wasn't learning, right? And so when I turned 18, just across the border in Iowa, the drinking age was 18. So I started going over there to a place, what was it called? I can't think of it right now. But anyway, they brought in all the big touring bands, the national touring acts, right? That's the first place I ever saw Autograph, turn up the radio, right? They were just a touring band, but I would always go to the side of the stage where the guitar player, and I would watch his fingers and watch his hands when he was hitting chords, and I would go home and mimic what he was doing. And that's how I learned how to play. Yeah. And then how we do too. Drums, I just got a week and a half ago, I just got the brand new sitting over here, brand new Elisa Strike Pro studio kit. So I'm a studio drummer. Yeah, I'm a drummer. But at heart, I'm a drummer.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I know everyone else in this podcast is like, what in the hell are they talking about? But me and you were like, yes.
Yes. It's a beautiful drum set. But back to the paranormal. Barbara and I met Barbara because she was a fan of the band.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I truly believe, and in my heart, I truly believe that God brings people together for a reason.
Absolutely.
Our paths cross for some reason, right? Yep. And I remember Barbara, and she mentioned one time to me that she, was kind of a psychic medium, and she had a lot of things going on in her at the time she was in a trailer, mobile home, and so I seen an ad on Facebook to join a paranormal group, which I'm not going to mention their names because they're disbanded now and everything, but I ended up joining it. And then I mentioned to the lead investigator, the founder of it, I said, hey, there's this gal I know, and she's, says she's got psychic medium abilities. And he goes, well, let's give her a tryout.
Yeah.
So I got a hold of Barbara, and, she was all excited to join, of course.
That's it.
And we took her to one place, and she was on with everything that was going on.
Wow.
So we both became members of that group. Then Barbara knows Tammy, who's another psychic medium Reiki master on our team.
Oh, wow.
And Tammy joined. And then, of course, unfortunately, the leader of the group decided he wanted to go in the direction of hunting down demons and, chasing evil. And we didn't want to do that. And that broke that team up.
Yeah.
So then I founded Enlightened Souls Paranormal, which we didn't have a name. I just said, no, I'm not into this demon hunting stuff. I mean, yeah, if you go somewhere and there's something there, that's one thing. But to actually go out and hunt for it, why?
Of course, absolutely.
Exactly. I'm a firm believer in that. If you go somewhere and there's something there, then you've got something to play with. Not metaphorically speaking, you got something to work with. Why if you go somewhere and there's nothing there, why create something that you shouldn't?
Correct. And so we got together and we were on a chat similar to this, and we're like, okay, guys, we need a name. So we actually asked some of our fans, said, hey, can you suggest some names to us? And we got some names suggested. Of course, we came up with our own, and then we all voted. And Enlightened Souls Paranormal was the one that got the most votes.
I tell you what, I love that name. What about you, Robin? I think that name is a great name,
Yep, it is, definitely.
And if you've seen our logo, the logo has a lot of meaning to it. I can bring it up on my phone for you and show you.
Let me see if I actually have it. I might
I actually got it on my computer. I could probably share my screen. I don't know if I can or not.
Absolutely. Hold on. Let me see if I could actually pull it up, because I might actually have it, believe it or not, right on here. Is it on this screen? Let me see if it's on this one.
I don't know, Robert.
No, I don't think it's on. Oh, it's over to the right. Yeah, hold on.
The logo is on the left side of that. Yep.
Yep. Hold on. Solo, and then we'll go like this. Remove. Over more, unfortunately. I guess that's the way that the cookie crumbles with this thing, I guess, with StreamYard, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but I like that. I saw what you mean. I mean, I don't know if you could share your screen to show people.
Let me bring it up.
Yeah, let me know when you have it, and I'll put your screen on.
Yeah, StreamYard's a bit funny with stuff like that.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's. I'm using my phone right at the moment. I'm not using my a computer, because my computer, like my good one, broke. So I only have like a terrible laptop, and I'm afraid that the video will skip if I try to do it, and I don't want to ruin someone's recording in case if they want to,
So I'm going to share my screen real quick.
So.
Yeah, don't show it again. I don't want to see it. Just share. I want to go to this one. Well, actually, you know what? I can bring it over to this one. Okay. So now y'all can see my desktop.
Yep. Hold on one sec.
Okay, now let me bring this over and make it big.
There we go.
This is our logo. And we incorporate the wolf, and I'll explain that. It has a couple different meanings. Number one, in the Peoria, Illinois area, which our group is from, the Peoria, Illinois area back in the day was basically the Potawatomi Indians. They were a breakoff of the Shawnee, and out of the Potawatomi broke off the Sauk Indians, the Kewaunee Indians. There's a couple more different tribes that broke off, but basically the Potawatomi were the actual ones. So that comes into the wolf, right?
Yeah.
Also, my spirit guide, or my spirit animal, I should say, my spirit animal is the wolf, and it's also Tammy's. And the wolf is a sign of strength, leadership, right? So I thought if the wolf's howling and you see the mist coming up, and then we would have a family, which we kind of hid the mom and dad, right, a little bit. They're kind of cropped out because our group mainly we focus on helping children's spirits. So we put that in there that they're ascending up into the heavens, and we called it the Enlightened Souls Paranormal.
I think
Nice.
that's amazing. That's awesome. I love how you guys incorporate.
It was actually the name that I first attracted me to actually get in touch with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we actually have a video. Excuse me. I swallowed down the wrong tube.
No, you're all right.
Okay, just a quick shout out while you're doing that to Brian John Laverty, good friend of ours, is watching, and also a friend of mine from just down the road from me, Paul Shepley from Shep Savage TV.
Shep.
Yeah, I'm friends on Facebook with Brian as well. How you doing, Brian? So
They are.
our team right now, we're in the process of acquiring better video cameras, better equipment.
Absolutely.
I would like one day to be able to create one of our episodes in what I would call Paraflix quality, where they'll accept it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I totally get it. Yep.
So I might be looking up Brian pretty soon to say, hey, what are you using for equipment? What do you got? Blah, blah, blah. And just,
He's always down to help. Trust me. He's a good person.
And that's the thing, a lot of people ask me, they said, they say, Mark, you got this like military look to you, and I'm like, well, that makes sense. And they said, what do you mean? I says, well, I'm the second great grandson of General Robert E. Lee. So of course it's going to run in the family, right?
Wait, hold on. Stop 1 second. Hold on. Wait, say that again. You're Robert E. Lee's
great grandson. Yep. My dad, my dad looked exactly. So if you look behind me, you see these documents on the wall behind me over here?
Yeah.
That's the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So,
cool.
can I just ask you,
Yes.
the General Robert Lee,
Yes.
is that the same General Lee that was the Dukes of Hazzard car?
Yes. The car's named after.
That's my favorite car of all time. And I've said to AJ, if I ever get enough money, I am importing one from America to the UK, painted orange, O1 on the side, flag in the roof, and I tell you, I'll be in my element.
I'll tell you. I'm looking forward to a couple things. I don't know if I'll have the resources or the time to go this year. But I would like to go back to Virginia, and I would like to take some of my equipment and see if I can contact my grandpa. And
absolutely.
Then if I can't reach him there, I'd like to go to Gettysburg and go out onto the battlefield and see if I could reach him there.
Yeah, I think
you
will.
Honestly, I tell you, that'd be amazing.
Can I give you I don't know if you already do this, but I know you work with a medium, so obviously she's going to give you pointers. But one thing that has helped me connect with my loved ones and other people's loved ones when I help them is really doing like meditation, doing like visualization meditation. You guys do that?
Yes. So we actually go to Tammy's house, which I think they're going to do tonight.
Awesome.
Tammy's going to do a Reiki session with everybody. We do past life sessions as well. Awesome. With her, and so we meditate a lot when we're there. We ground big time. We also work with a shaman that's out of the Quad Cities. He's a good friend of ours, Ed. Shout out to Ed. He's taught us how to ground big time, connect to Mother Earth and then Father Sky. So we ground out, and our team we're growing, but I don't, the thing I don't want to do, I don't want to grow too fast. I want it to be a steady pace.
Absolutely.
And, because a lot of people say, so what's your goals, Mark? And I go, what do you mean? They said, what's your goals as a leader?
Yeah.
Who are your team? I said, my goal as a leader is any leader. I think any leader, their goal should be to help others.
That's why we get in it.
Yeah.
To help others better themselves and to get there. And it just seems that sometimes in real life, in business, and that the people that are very successful don't want to help those below them. They don't want to help others succeed. They're just caught in their success, and they're like, now, if you want to do it, you got to learn the hard way, like I did.
Yes, me and Robin talk about that constantly. We talk about like how we've invited people on that have had, like, you know, there's people on YouTube, like say Steve Huff, for example. He has like 1.7 million now or whatever, or even Mindseed sometimes, like they have like, I don't even know, a couple million. And it's like those people won't even reach back to you if you email them to come on your podcast, because if it's not benefiting them for some reason, it's like, why they don't want to help you almost. It's like, YouTube is a very weird community is what I found out, you know?
Yeah.
But I believe in
YouTube is a very, it's a very competitive and very selfish community.
It is. And it's sad that the paranormal has to be that way, but I totally agree with
I mean, don't get me wrong, there is loads of great people on YouTube. You know what I mean? Fantastic people on YouTube. I've met loads of good friends on YouTube, but there's a lot of people on there that would rather fake something if they're going to gain 5,000 more subscribers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
and you know, that's like there's this video editing software called After Effects, and I have seen After Effects, and I've seen you can create apparitions very easy on After Effects, and it looks real as all get out.
But I'm gonna be honest. Have you ever used it? Because it's one of the most hardest programs ever.
No, I don't have it. I actually, what I use is Movie Editor Platinum 2022. I just uploaded it, and I got to be honest, I like the 2017 better. Yeah.
I was using Premiere Pro, and Premiere Pro can run with After Effects, as you know, but I never used After Effects. Like, I tried to do it for cinematography type stuff, because I graduated film and audio a year ago. And I tell you what, it was too hard for me to try and figure out. I'd be there all day.
And that's Barbara can back me up on this. One of the things that when we first had our team meeting, one of the things that came up is this team will never fake anything.
Nope.
Yes, amen to that.
Music to our ears.
If we go into a residence and we set up our equipment, we set up all of our stationary cams, we set everything up, and we're there for 2.5, 3 hours, and we get nothing, we get nothing.
Absolutely.
That's the exact way. And I tell you something else. It's also good that if that happens, to post that video along with your other ones, because there's too many channels there where everybody's videos, you know, oh, there's 3 spirits here, there's a demon here, you know, oh, this, that, and you know, you go somewhere, like you say, you walk around in the dark, it's creepy, you know, whether it's abandoned, whether it's a permission visit, whatever it is, you know, and you're walking around and you get nothing. I'm still a firm believer, put it on there, show people that you can go places and sometimes there's nothing going on.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. You know, and you know the reason why people don't do that on YouTube, I believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe they don't do that because it's an entertainment place, and people are so concerned with the subscribers, and as everyone knows, the attention span of people are so short, between maybe 10 to 15 minutes, if that, you know, 18 minutes tops, probably, maybe, if you get lucky. But if you don't have an exciting video where you're switching, you know, angles and stuff like that, the brain gets bored with it. And I think that's why. And then the problem with it is too, though, is that when people also see, you know, things on TV, like paranormal shows on TV, they like, even ones that aren't faking it, they'll automatically just assume they're faking it because of the entertainment value involved with it.
Correct.
It's sad. It's like, you know, it really is, because you can't just do everything raw, unfortunately.
And that's,
I mean, you know, I look at it this way. Sorry, Barbara. I look at it this way, right? There's times when over here, I mean, obviously the US is a lot bigger than the UK, but there's times over here when we haven't been out and our team, and we've traveled 2.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
To get to a location. Yep. And it either we haven't been able to get in, or we've got in, we've done a video and nothing's happened. And why, you know, why, the way I look at it is, personally me, why would I travel 2.5 hours and then fake something.
Right, exactly.
You know what though?
You know what I mean?
How about the Mark and Barbara, did you see that? Ever hear about these two kids? They were and I don't remember the name of the channel, but they were an urban explorer channel, I believe. And then they went to do paranormal, and they went to a insane asylum. Well, in their edit, they forgot to take out the part where they had one of their friends standing behind a door. So when the kid walked around the corner, he pushed the door to make it move. Well, they forgot to edit it. They forgot to edit it out, and everybody caught them. And ever since then, it was all like literally. But I tell you what stinks about that is, you know what? That's funny for them. That happened to them. Yeah, great. But you know what stinks is that it ruins us as researchers, because we really truly go out. Support to you, Alicia. But we truly go out and like we really try to catch something, because we know there's something really there. And like when people do that, I feel like it discredits us and others who are really into this and really do this for a passion, you know. And that's the only bad part.
So I mean,
You know, the thing too is, like me, I have psychic abilities and I'm a medium, but I just can't reach right away. It has to come to me. I'm not gonna fake it, and I'll never fake it, because it'll be bad on the team, and you can't do that.
Absolutely.
It only takes one person in a team. If you got a team of say 10 people, it only takes one person to bring that team down.
Yep.
And I think it is a lot in this field. You know, integrity has to really be protected in this.
Yeah. And sure. I'll tell you something. We went to a client about an hour and 15 minutes from here. Her 13-year-old boy has been just surrounded by paranormal activity. Right. Wow. So, and the thing is, I used to live up there by Sheffield. I know this family. Right. So I knew the mom. I knew the mom when she was like 8 years old. Oh, wow. And come to find out, this little boy, he's got abilities stronger than all three of my psychic mediums put together.
Wow.
He can literally channel. He's amazing. But Barbara and Tammy, Alicia, that's on here, she's Connor's got her number too. So like if he starts having something happen and he's like, okay, I want to talk to somebody, we made our team available for him to talk to.
That's great, because I tell you what, there's parts. I mean, I know Barbara. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to follow up with asking you this question as well. But for him, like, imagine having nobody, you know, that understands that. You feel crazy. You really do. I mean, when I had my near-death experience, and I came back, and I was my third eye, like whatever, I just got so sensitive. I started seeing, hearing, feeling things that I didn't understand. I mean, I remembered as a kid, but it didn't kick in, you know, and remind me. But I mean, Barbara, for you, like, was it not scary when you, like, you know, didn't have anybody around you to understand it? I mean, think about it, 10 years ago, like paranormal wasn't that thing you would talk about because you think you get locked up in a loony bin. So, I mean, what was your experience, Barbara? Were you ever scared, like, having this?
Oh, probably about 4 years old, I started having it, and it did scare me. And I'd go to my parents, you're mental, you know? So, like, no, I can't be. I'm seeing this stuff. Well, then, you know, fast forwarding it to marriage, our house was haunted. I had my baby, and he was in the front of the house. I was in the back of the house, and I heard this lady over our intercoms. What do you call those? But anyway, monitors, baby monitors, and it said, "You'll be okay, Thomas."
Wow.
And just like, he's laughing. He got to laughing after it was his cry and everything. So I went past in the kitchen through, you know, the living room, and it was to the left. The door was, and I went to open the door, and I said, "Whoever that is, get out of here." It was a really warm spirit. She runs through me. I look in there, my kid's asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then when I had ex-husbands and stuff like that tell me I'm mental, I shut my third eye down.
Yeah.
I'm regaining my third eye, and I'm opening it up. And being in the paranormal is even better because it's helping me more. And then the is too. And I just enjoy my time doing this. I wish I could have done it a long time ago, but growing up,
I know
friends were, oh my God, I'm scared.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
frowned upon, wasn't it?
The stigma of demons and all this bad stuff. So
I mean, just the other night, I got called by a pastor down in Southern Illinois, and he called me, says, "Hey, is this Mark Lee with Enlightened Souls Paranormal?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey, I got like 4 parishioners that are having things happen in their house."
wow.
And I said, "What kind of things?" He says, "Well," he says, "they hear footsteps in the kitchen and there's no one walking, there's no one there. There is, footsteps running down the hallway in the middle of the night." Now, before this one couple goes to bed, they make sure that they close all the doors for all the bedrooms upstairs.
Oh.
And then during the night, they'll hear something running, they'll hear giggling, and then they wake up in the morning and all the doors are open.
Oh my
And I told him, that's a child.
Yeah.
That's a child.
Yeah.
No doubt in mind, that's a child.
I got to ask you this question, okay? Because I agree with you that children can obviously stay back, and they do. And because I've had more than one. I mean, me and my uncle, there's a cemetery over here in Wallingford, Connecticut that is called St. John's Cemetery. And they have a whole section of all children that passed away under the age of 4. And there was one child named Dennis. Dennis, I forget what his last name was at the moment, but we have a video where we were able to find his actual grave after he did a spirit walk session with us, told us why he was there, how he was waiting for his family, or he was stuck of some sort, and he was just playing with the kids. And it was crazy because I would get this question all the time. I thought that God said in the Bible that when babies die, they go right to heaven. What's your opinion on that one?
Well, it's funny you ask me that, because I have a 11-year-old little girl that follows me from the bookstore here in town, and her name's Brittany. She has actually woken my wife and I up from a sleep, giggling in our bedroom, and I'll have to tell her, Brett, go back to the bookstore, and then everything's quiet. So I've actually talked to Brittany, and I said, why aren't you in heaven? And she says, the veil, VEIL came across, the veil. And said, there's a veil that you can cross to go from the spiritual realm into ours. She goes, yes.
Oh.
When you come into our realm, it takes so much energy out of them that they have to look for energy.
Yeah.
So, hence, when she told me that, I went and bought a Tesla tower. Now, the team calls it Sparky.
I love them. They're great.
Yes. When we go in, I'll say, where's your active room at? Or where's the active area at? I'll go in and plug that thing in, and we'll just turn it on, right? Oh, yeah. So I didn't know that this thing had a Bluetooth feature in it.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that either.
Standby, I didn't know it went to Bluetooth.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that either.
We're down here in my basement. Barb and them were here. Mm-hmm. And I put it on, I let it run for about 3 or 4 minutes to get enough static and put some energy out in the air, right? Mm-hmm. And I put it on standby. I come over to the desk. We're sitting here at the desk and do some video editing. And this thing comes on and goes, hello, son.
No.
We all jumped, man. We were like,
I looked over like this. I looked over. I'm like, what did that thing just, of course, when it talks, it's also doing the electric, noise too. Yeah. So you gotta really listen.
Wait, I know. Not to interrupt you. I have a question about that, because I'm thinking the regular Tesla coil with the tube that goes up and the donut on top. But where did it talk on?
This just has a needle that comes up and
the needle that goes up in the circle in the jar you're talking about?
There's no circle.
Okay, so I'm so confused then, because the Tesla tower that I'm thinking about is the Tesla tower that comes up like straight up, sits on a base and then comes straight up, has a donut on top.
Right.
Electricity will come out.
But this is just a needle that you screw into the middle of it and it comes up.
Oh, I like that.
And so after we talked to this spirit for a while, mm-hmm. we found out that it was my dad.
Oh, man. That's got to be emotional.
And how I found out was because my father had a nickname for me that nobody knew.
Oh, my God.
He had actually said it. And I said, hi, Dad. Yeah, it was emotional. Now, I also, when I was younger, I had a 6-week-old daughter that died of SIDS.
I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Well, don't be sorry. She's with me 24/7. Her name's Amanda, and Barb can testify that she comes across.
God bless them.
She is my protector.
Awesome. So good to hear.
And I talk to her quite often, right here down in my studio or wherever. And my spirits that I have here, and I'm not sure of all their names, but Barb's been down here, and Alex is one of our camera guys. And we're down here, and we'll turn on the spirit box, and it'll just come on and say, play music.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm like, you want me to play music? Sing. It'll tell me to sing. So I'll grab my guitar, I'll get on the piano over here, and I'll start playing and singing. And on the spirit box, I'll play my guitar a little bit, right? I'll just play some chords. And I said, no, you play something. And Barb was here when this happened. I said, I want to hear you play your guitar. And all of a sudden on the spirit box, we hear an acoustic guitar hit like 2 chords.
Oh my God.
And I looked at Barb. I said, no way did that just happen. And of course, we weren't filming it, you know.
Oh, you weren't? I was just about to ask. Oh,
no, we were just down here. We were just down here talking, you know, doing video editing. And yeah.
But I can also testify for the people who are watching that before this stream started, when we were discussing what we were going to talk about, you were having activity in your basement then because your lights were flickering and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah. Whenever Brittany comes, whenever Brittany shows up, she'll flicker the lights off and on, and she was doing it. And I just said, hi, Britt, you can stop now. I know you're here, and it hasn't happened. So, Brittany, if you want to let us know you're here, go ahead and flicker the lights anytime you want to. I just let her play, you know.
Yeah. Let's see if she does. Call. Keep calling on her if you could.
Brittany, can you make the light above me flicker? This one right here.
Oh, I just saw a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. No, I mean, she's literally shut the lights off and turned them on before. Like,
oh, that's so cool. Brittany, thank you so much for communicating, Brittany. We appreciate you.
What is this naked what?
I don't know. We got these people that try to these idiot people that try to come on from Tinder. Yeah, I block. I know it's a bot. I block them. It's pretty weird. I don't know why, but I mean, if you like naked HD, you know, Tinder. I mean, by all means, I guess, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce you guys.
I actually put it up. Here we go. See,
to my boy that lets me know when spirits are around.
Oh, here we go.
This is This is my boy Cass. Get up here. Up in Daddy's lap. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
140 pounds of pure Belgian Shepherd.
Oh,
and
wow.
He'll lay right next to me, and I'm down here by myself, and all of a sudden he'll just he's fully tactical trained in German. And yes. So Alicia's talking about something that happened, and Brittany one day wanted my attention, and I wasn't giving it to her. So she literally flung open a cabinet door in my kitchen and threw a box of spaghetti about 4 feet onto the floor. And of course, we didn't have any cameras in the kitchen. So, but my wife and I were in the living room. She goes, "What was that noise?" I said, "I don't know." We went in and looked, and here's this spaghetti laying in the middle of the floor, and the cabinet's open, and there was nobody in. And I'm like, "Brittany, stop it." I know who it is. So getting back to Brittany, I'll tell everybody on here the story of Brittany. We got called to a place called the Book Rack here in Peoria, Illinois. It's owned by Stacy. Stacy is a wonderful, wonderful soul. She's a beautiful. I mean, you want to talk about if I had somebody that wanted to be a mom, I want that woman to be my mom. She's that good of a gal. And no offense, Mom, don't come at me like that. No. My mother had a temper, and I'll tell you a little bit about that later. But we got called down there because like when the books are in the racks, right? Yeah. So they would literally, hear like the book's doing this, right?
Yeah.
And they go in there and there was nobody in that room. So she called us down there just to see what it was.
Yeah.
So we went down there and we went back into the children's section, and we're standing there, and all of a sudden the REM pod starts going berserk.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That lets us know that yes, something is here, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Something's breaking the field.
is there. So how I use a REM pod is I will ask questions, but I'll instruct the spirits. What I want you to do for a yes, I want you to light up the lights to the blue. If it's no, just the green lights. And we start asking questions, and you won't believe how many videos we have of intelligent answers coming across the REM pod.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah,
And
that's the best way to do it too.
and then of course we broke out the SB7 and we started talking, and we also use GhostTube, which is an app on the phone.
Yep, I've heard of it. Yep.
And this little girl voice came on. I couldn't understand her on the SB7. It was real faint. So I turned on the GhostTube.
Yeah.
And I says, "Can you talk again to me?" I said, "What is your name?" And it came right on. It says, "Brittany." I says, "Hi, Brittany. My name," and she says, "Mark." She already knew my name. And I says, "Okay." I says, "Can you tell me how many children are in this building?" And she come on, she says something like 18.
Wow.
I said, "There's 18 children in this building?" "Yes." I said, "Why are you all here?"
Yeah.
"Why would 18 children be in this bookstore?" And she typed doctor. So then the landlord came walking in, just, checking on, because, leaking roofs or whatever. And we asked him, we said, "What did this building used to be like back early 1900s? And he come on, he goes, "This used to be a doctor's office."
Yeah.
So then I asked Brittany, I says, "Brittany, what did you die from?" "Measles."
Oh, wow.
So all these children died in this. Oh, by the way, guys, this is Sean. He's another one of our brilliant investigators.
Hey there, John.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you, Sean?
Just fine. How are you guys?
Make it a little bit better for us, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Oh, there we go. A little bit bigger. Okay, cool.
So anyway, one of the things that Barbara is to our group, she is a magnet for children. They love Barbara, and they come to me too. But when Barb's around, if there's any children's spirits around, they're going to come out and they're going to communicate with Barb. 100%.
I could see the mother figure. They look at her probably as that mother figure, right? Especially with the good energy.
Well, once you get to know Barb, she is a little kid in a big woman's body.
Exactly.
She's a child in a grown-up body, is what way I put it. And they see her as that. It's like, "Oh wow, look, she's like us. She wants to have fun." And they come out. So we've been there. And we've talked to all these children, and they've all told us the same thing, that there's a veil.
Right.
Now, right next door to the bookstore is Monocle's Pizza.
Yeah.
I go next door to buy a pizza. She sees my hat, and she says, "Oh, you need to come back to my office." And I go, "For what?" She goes, "Oh, just sit in my chair for about a half hour." She says, "You'll see the reams of styrofoam cups and stuff just come flying off the shelves."
Oh, wow.
So I went. I didn't get to see it because they were busy, but I told her I'd come back sometime. I believed her.
Yeah.
But I went next door, and I went back to next door, and I said, "Hey, Brittany." Yep. And I says, "Do you know who is throwing the styrofoam cups?" And honest to God, off the SB7, you heard her laugh.
No way. Yeah.
I said, "Is it you?" And then the ghost tube says, "No, brother." I said, "It's your little brother, big brother or little brother?" "Little."
Oh, wow.
So he likes to climb. He likes to climb the shelves. And as he's climbing the shelves, he grabs stuff and pulls it off.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. See, I find this totally fascinating.
Oh, dude,
None of this stuff scares me. I love it. I could run right into it. So I love it.
Yeah, but there is a woman in the bookstore, and the kids don't like her. She's more of the, like, how would I put it? More of the librarianish type. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wants the children. Don't you play? Don't you make all that noise? You know, she's always trying to yell at them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually caught her on video.
No,
Nice.
really? Like apparition?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You only see a portion, because in the children's room, they got all these books along all the walls, right? Then there's a door that goes into what's that movie called, Barb? That
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, right? So she's got a rod hang up. She's got like some fur coats and stuff hanging up. Then when you walk through the coats, and you go into this room that's all dedicated to that series, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Literally, the coat is hanging here, right? The fur coat, and you see this dark apparition go like this.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she peeked out at us.
Now you saw it on video, or do you have it on still?
This is on Facebook Live. So our live viewers actually saw it, and they called it out to us.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Next time
Like,
you guys
did
come
you
on,
see
we're
that?
making clips. Yeah, we're making clips next time you come on, because unfortunately I've been dealing with personal stuff, so I haven't had a chance to do any work for the past week. I've been trying to get my situation, but now I'm telling you what, after this, Robin, let's schedule them again, the whole team, to come on, because I want to get some of their best clips that they would like to share, and I want to show our audience so that we can have a little bit more preparedness for this, because honestly, I know you guys have caught some great stuff, and I really would love to see more.
Yeah, I've already spoke to Mark about that anyway.
I'm going to tell you something that we really caught was remember I told you Barb's trailer was haunted, right?
Yeah.
We went to Barb's trailer, and there was a spirit in there that hates her husband.
Oof.
No, I mean, this thing said like Mike must die.
Wow.
It didn't like
So
him.
Barb, when he makes you mad, do you like just make him go sit in the trailer? No.
Yeah.
They
You
moved
said
out
I
of the
couldn't have
trailer.
kept the trailer. That's a good idea, eh?
I say, oh no, the poor guy! I just threw him under the bus.
Literally.
No, I know it is. If they ever have a row, Barbara says, "I'm just going to go shopping here."
Yeah.
Actually, we've got a camper, so he's in Canton right now. Just
Hey, Liz.
it's
Oh,
like,
wow.
bye.
Hi, Liz. I'm in England.
Alicia and I were in the back bathroom where a lot of activity has been happening, right?
Yeah.
And we're back there, we're doing our thing. Tammy and Barb and them were out in the living room area. And Alicia and I had heard, we actually got some evidence, and I was walking out into the living room to tell them about what we'd gotten. And something grabs me by the trachea and started choking me.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, I was physically attacked, and I was like, stop it. Stop it, And then Tammy comes over and she does her thing, and Barb came over and they were doing their thing, and it did stop. But I was like, whatever is there does not like men.
Yeah. And you know what the worst thing about when that happens, when something like that happens too, is like you can grab your throat, you can like try to get it off, but there's nothing to get off, but yet it still feels like there's something there, So
it wasn't like this. It wasn't this. It was grabbing like a military choke.
Yeah, like right in the trachea.
Yeah, like it knew exactly where to go for.
Yes. I'm thinking they had to have some kind of military experience or something, to grab your throat right there. But but then later in the night, we're looking in the bathroom, and I got different filters, and I put it on this one filter, and you can see this dark mass on the shower wall. And I looked everywhere else in the shower, just this one area, there was this dark mass. And then on the spirit box and on the Ghost Tube app, it was telling us to leave, go away. And we said, we're not going nowhere. You don't tell us what to do. We don't know who you are. So we said the Lord's Prayer a couple times, put the camera back, gone.
And see,
Wow.
before we moved completely out, I was sitting in the living room. It's a single wide trailer. So in our actual like bedroom that has a bathroom in it, I was sitting there and this lady, full color apparition, just kind of looking down, stepped out of the tub and went into the walk-in closet. So my guess, my intuition is that she was abused and drowned in a tub.
Oh, see, but just by you knowing that, like, see, one thing I wanted to ask you, Barb, like, as a medium, what is your strong ability? Is it clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience? What's your strongest one?
I actually am clairvoyant.
Okay.
I got a lot of strength. I could see color apparitions. I could see the shadows. I could actually talk to them. I could feel them. It's crazy.
See, that's but your main one you believe is your strongest one you believe is your clairvoyance.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say this just for the people who are going to watch and who are watching right now. Can you explain a little bit about like what it's like when you see these images? Because I've seen them too. It's very hard to describe, but I was wondering if maybe you have a simple kind of way that you could describe it to people who don't really understand, a little bit about it, if it's possible.
Well, it's kind of hard because it's like looking at a actual person standing there because it's like seeing you what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the color apparition. I'm like, oh my God, here's another instance.
Mm.
My husband and I got back together before we got married, and he went down to move his mom back from Florida here. Anyway, I'm sitting there vacuuming his apartment, and he had just accepted Jesus Christ like the day before, and he was agnostic. All his life, he was agnostic. Wow. Well,
That's amazing.
I saw his dad. Once you smell the cherry pipe, his dad's around. And I'm sitting there vacuuming, and I seen him in the corner of the eye. He was all full color. He had the glasses. He had the flannel shirt, the whole 9 yards. And he goes, "Thank you," and he ran in the hallway and disappeared.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
that's it.
I never ever will forget that, and a lot of it comes into my dreams. I've seen heaven. I've seen hell.
See, I tell you what, like I can agree. I can totally agree with the dreams because I've had very vivid dreams for a very long time. But after dying 12 times, and my last time I passed away, I came back. I had my heart stopped for like over. I think it was like a little bit over a minute. They were paddling me back, and I tell you what, when I came back, my dreams are so vivid now that I can have the same dream for 8 months, and wherever I stop the night before, I go to sleep the next night, and I'll be in that same spot beginning again, just continuing the story. And it's really freaky because I could feel the rain on my skin if it's raining in it, the sun on my skin, what I'm eating. I mean, it's a really weird thing. So I do believe I think the biggest thing with the paranormal that we don't look at a lot that we really should is like the consciousness aspect. Like we really don't know about consciousness. Like Sean, what's your opinion on it? Like what do you think?
Yeah, I believe that too. Is the fact I can do the same thing in dreams too and control them, and I feel stuff in them, and I'm a clairvoyant as well. I mean, I can pick up vibrations. I can see things. Yeah, I mean, I can sense when something's about to happen sometimes. If I just even touch people, I can tell what's going on at times.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an amazing ability. I mean, sometimes it probably feels like a curse. Because I do have sometimes where I feel like I could always tell when I'm like something bad's gonna happen to somebody. Like my friend's brother, he was gonna OD, and I just knew it, and I told him watch over him, and he went in there, and his brother was ODing, and I had the same thing happen with my father. He had a seizure on the highway while I was driving, and you feel like it's kind of a burden sometimes, but I tell you what, it really is such a big blessing because you could save lives, technically.
For the longest time, I think mine's been dormant, and here in the last month or so, mine's coming back.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can, like I said, I can walk into a room and I can sense something in there.
Yep.
Oh man, that's great. See, I can't wait to talk to you more.
I can even go up to like I said, like a wall or some object. I can sense where it's been sometimes and who's connected to it a little bit.
Just by touching it, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. I wish I had that. I always wanted to. I always wish I had psychometry, where I'm able to put something in my hand. Like every once in a while, I can get a sense if I really focus and clear my mind. But for some reason, I have a hard time doing that. My main thing is clairsentience, where I'll just have a knowing, or I'll just get like I'm an empath too, so I get very strong feelings. I can pick up somebody's I can pick up somebody's moods, and if I don't protect myself in the morning with like a white bubble,
I can pick up people's moods as well.
Yep, me
yeah,
too.
it could really affect you, right? If you don't protect yourself, that energy could really affect you. It's weird. I never knew that.
This is what this happened to me. One of my friends' dad was dying of pancreatic cancer. Nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the porch, and I'm like, "Oh my God, it's your pancreas, isn't it?"
Oh man.
He looked at me straight in the eyes and goes, "How'd you know this? Don't tell my daughter. Don't tell my daughter." He had pancreatic cancer. Well, my best friend Steve, he was told he had C. diff, C. diff, C. diff, and I'm like, I just there at the bar and I go, "Oh shit, Steve, you got cancer." He goes, "I do not. I got C. diff." He had cancer.
Wow.
It's that moment where you wish you weren't right.
Right. Because he was my best friend.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I'm sorry about that.
So, sometimes when you get that, I mean, it's a bad thing, but sometimes you might want to just let the path go itself.
Right.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I totally agree. It's like, we were given the information for a reason. So something's happening for a reason, and whether we like it or not, I guess, that's something that we'll maybe find out when it's our time, what the bigger picture was, at least.
I sometimes get that kind of thing as well, but what I tend to do, sorry, Vicky and Barbara, I seem to be crossing with you all the time. What I usually find is, well, mine is, if I'm sensing something, I get quite edgy. I feel really on edge, not angry, but just sort of
Kind of like
anxious and on
anxiety.
edge. And then I'll know that something's going to happen. Like, I don't know if you remember back, there was a plane. It was left Barcelona. It was flying to Germany, and the pilot crashed it in the Alps. It was a couple of years ago. It was flying. It took off from Barcelona in Spain, and it was flying over France, heading to Germany. And apparently, there was a pilot and a co-pilot. And the co-pilot had went to the toilet, and the pilot basically locked the door, and he obviously was suicidal, and he brought the plane down into the side of the mountain. But a couple of days before that, I didn't know what it was going to happen. I just felt something with the plane, and you can't go and alert anybody because it's like you can't go and say, "Oh well, it's such and such of a plane leaving." Wherever you can't. I don't get as strong as that, but I just know, it could be something with the ship. Like, feel like, oh, there's something going, and then all of a sudden, a couple of days later, somewhere in the world, some passenger ferry or something catches fire or sinks, and I just get them kind of feelings.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay, this is crazy. A weekend, you guys are gonna laugh too. It's sad, but you're gonna laugh because I'm the only person that hits a horse. Okay. So the weekend before, I had this dream, and my son drove my car. It was out in the middle of nowhere. The front end was gone on my car. Well, the following weekend, it was like a Friday night. I said, Alex, that's my son. He's also our camera guy. I said,
Yeah.
I can't go to work tomorrow. I can't. There's something not right that's going to happen. He goes,
Oh,
oh,
wow.
probably you're not. You're just feeling. I go, my stomach hurts. I feel like I'm going to get fired or something. I just have that weird feeling, or like
Yep.
I fail a test. That's the feeling. So the next day, I go to work and everything. It was like 11 p.m. at night, and bam, I went around a corner, and boom, hit a horse.
Oh my gosh! No way.
Impact. And the weird thing is, I seen it coming, and I seen my death flash before my eyes, because keep in mind, I'm in a Saturn. Okay. And yeah, I seen it, it hit it, and then I look over and there's somebody holding my windshield up and says, let it go.
Oh, wow.
I can't see his face. Then all of a sudden, the horse was off, and then I stopped and I just started freaking out because I was in shock that I hit a horse. And all I could think about is, oh my God, this is someone's horse. Oh God, I killed their horse. Oh, what if it's a kid?
Yeah.
I'm going,
Of course.
You know?
Of course.
But it's just like, I get those kind of things.
Yep.
That's believable, that, because I know that I've heard that happening to people before.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Barb, go ahead. Sorry, Barb, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Sorry, finish what you were saying. I apologize.
Yeah, my windshield should have shattered. And in my pictures, you could see it bowing, like it was just getting ready to break. So I honestly was saved, and the whole front of the car was pushed in. I should have got hurt.
That is an intense. Wow, I can't believe that. That's. I mean, thank the Lord you're okay. You know, I mean that could have been totally the opposite. Hey, Robin, you still there, or did your screen go for a sec for the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. It's just I'm just doing a speed check because it keeps pausing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. It's. I think something's going on in my house too with the Wi-Fi as well. But I wanted to say, I actually have to run to work, but I wanted to say, Mark, Sean, I want to talk to you guys more. Barbara as well. I'd love to talk to you guys more. So I'm gonna let Robin finish up the rest of the show. I unfortunately have to get ready for the show and load in security, all that kind of stuff anyway. So I wanted to say thank you guys so much for coming on. Yeah, I know. You have a great show tonight too.
AJ, if you want, we could always end this now because we're having them back on because Mark's got to go anyway.
I mean, do you have to go, Mark, now?
I've actually got sound check at 5 o'clock, and it's an hour and 25-minute drive.
Yeah. So if you want, we can end it, and then obviously we're gonna have Sean, Barbara, and Mark, and the rest of the team. If you don't mind, would love to have you on again and have everybody on.
I was gonna say, how about next week sometime? Because we only got one, I think, next week on like a Saturday, I believe, or something. So how about like a Sunday next week? Would that be all right? You know, on the weekend?
That'd work for me.
So
that work for you, Sean? I'd like to get some you guys have and put them on and stuff, and I think that'd be great.
Real quick, I wanted to show you guys something.
Yeah, no problem.
When we were up at the 13-year-old's house, I've been trying to send this picture to my computer, and for some reason my email still hasn't received it. So I'm going to try to show it using the camera. So Sean had, what was it, Sean? A cat's eye?
A tiger's eye.
Tiger's eye stone. Something was trying to affect this 13-year-old boy. Now, let me tell you, a 13-year-old boy, this kid picked up in front of us, he picked up an entire front end of a riding lawnmower and slammed it to the ground. Not once, numerous times.
Wow.
It took 3 grown men, and one was me, restraining him so Sean could put this stone on his forehead, okay?
Yeah.
This is using a filter. Look at that stone and look at the face in it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's weird, huh?
That stone was actually jet black, and it was gray when it was all said and done.
Yeah.
My
so what we did was once we saw a face in that stone, we went out about, I don't know, 30 yards across the road. We dug a hole about, I don't know, what do you think, Sean? About a foot deep, foot and a half deep?
Yeah, maybe about 2 foot.
Yeah. And then we laid a bed of sea salt down, put the stone on the sea salt, and then covered the stone in sea salt, and then buried it.
Oh, wow.
So whatever that thing is, it ain't getting out until Mother Nature dissolves all that salt.
Yep.
I'm going to say, yeah, probably not. I mean, I tell you what, that's freaky, though. I've never seen something like that before. That must have been so weird for you guys to see and be there.
And
Absolutely.
well, yeah, I mean, you know, when we saw this, this is a little, I mean, it's even a little hard for me to believe. And I was there, but the spirit box was going, and the name Beelzebub was pronounced over the SB7.
Wow.
A lot of people.
And that picture, the face in the stone looks exactly like a picture we found of Beelzebub.
Yeah. I tell you, you know what's so weird is that there's been a lot of people reporting, like in certain private cases that I talk to and deal with, that name keeps just coming up. It just keeps coming up, and it's always like, I'm this demon or I'm this hierarchy, whatever. And it's just, I mean, it's like, you know, it's like, is it a spirit just being excuse my language, a jackass, or is it really him? You know what I mean? Or is it really it? You know, that's what you don't know, because obviously you can't tell, but you know, it's just scary to think about, you know?
So this boy was affected by another spirit that was actually in his body. He told his mom, there's something in me, right?
Yeah.
So while Ed, the shaman, he made a visit there, was performing, he was telling this spirit, you need to leave this boy. And we did find out through the shaman that this spirit had had an awful, totally awful childhood. And he was trying to relive a good childhood by being inside of this boy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the shaman said, no, you must leave. You're doing damage to this boy. You know, I know you don't intend any harm, but you're harming this boy. So while he was doing this, I keep it on my phone. This is amazing. I had my SLS camera going with a purple hue to it.
I gotta check this out.
So you see, look over here. Oh, I can't. This is all backwards for me. Over here is the mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
This right here is the boy. This is the spirit. This is there. That's the spirit coming out, holding the mother's hand. And while it was holding the mother's hand on the SB7 and on the on somebody else's ghost tube, it was saying, "Forgive me, I'm sorry."
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that right there, like that's a crazy image. I mean, look at that image. Like, oh my gosh, look here.
Yeah, you see the boy, you see the mom, but there's nothing in the middle. That is the spirit that came out. I mean, this is a still frame off the video. I was videotaping this, so I've actually got the whole thing on video.
And we're definitely gonna have to check out some clips of that video when you guys come back on for sure. I'll
get some things prepared. I'll get some things prepared, some small clips, and keep them in a file folder so I can share my screen.
No problem. And AJ, if you want to add Mark and Barb and stuff like that, whenever we'll come off this, and then obviously we can all keep in contact that way, and we'll get it organized.
Yeah,
for the viewers and stuff, for everybody to come back on again.
I'll do it when I get back from work. Yes, what I'll do is I'll get everyone's names and stuff from you, Robin, and I'll friend request everybody, because I'm actually about to be late because I got like a 45-minute ride. So let me get going though, and I will definitely gonna have you guys on, because I definitely want to talk more, Mark, about the music stuff on top of the paranormal, but I want to see the clips. Also, Sean, I'm so sorry. I wish I had you come in earlier. I didn't even know if you were there. All right, were you there long waiting?
No, I was at work. I didn't get off until 2 p.m. our time.
Oh, okay. And Barb, definitely, I can't wait to talk to you again as well. So I'm gonna have Robin set something up with you guys, and we'll definitely get you guys back on like within the next
absolutely.
Week, everyone.
Okay.
So all I got to say before I leave is peace to everybody. Love everybody. Use God's love and spread it, and para unity all the way, man.
Absolutely. And check out Enlightened Souls Paranormal and check out Decade of Decadence.
Yeah. Please say all your guys' stuff right now on there that you can shout it out so everybody knows where to go, please.
Okay. Well, just search us for Enlightened Souls Paranormal. It's just Enlightened. You can search us on Facebook, Enlightened Souls Paranormal. The logo is the logo. It's the wolf blowing steam in the air with the children ascending to heaven up the stairs. And then Decade of Decadence, my band. We're easy to find. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're all over the place.
And if you're a Def Leppard fan, you'll like this guy.
He pulls a pretty good one.
Yep. So guys, thank you. I gotta go and I gotta start getting things ready for leaving. And like I said, we got a show tonight. 3,000 to 4,000 people are going to be there. It's a big affair, I guess. And
awesome.
Yep, it's an all ages show, and I love these because we get to show all these young teenagers what it was like to rock out in the 80s.
There you go. Hey, well, good seeing you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And Barbara, I hope you get to feeling better. Barbara's had the flu for the last few days. I hope she gets to feeling better.
Yes, definitely.
Sucks.
Yeah, Barbara, feel better.
Yeah.
But just remember, anybody that knows Enlightened Souls Paranormal, if you got a bad spirit around, call Barb over. She'll get rid of that sucker quick.
Shut up.
One fart and it's done.
You heard it first. A medium's fart does it. That's it.
Oh man, you got it. I've got to find that video and post it, guys. It's hilarious. But yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. All right,
but anyway,
guys, I'll talk to you guys later. I have to get going.
Yes, thank you very much.
You guys, thank you so much.
See you guys later.
Thank you guys for watching Talking with the Source.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Have
Bye-bye.
a good one. Bye.
Yeah.
You
Be
too,
safe,
man.
guys.
Be safe.
You too, Sean. Talk to you guys real soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So, just want to say to everyone, please go and check out Parapost Network Central on Facebook. This is where we're streaming live from, along with 7 other locations. Parapost Network Central on Facebook. You can check it out also at parapost.net, as well as the Parapost app, which is on Android and iOS, which is, you're going to see amazing things coming on that. But right now, go over to Facebook, go to Parapost Network Central on Facebook. It has live investigations, live tarot readings, amazing paranormal podcast, just amazing people, Para-Unity. I mean, you name it, it's there. Just go there if you love the paranormal. Check it out. Meet some great people. Meet good people who are looking to just learn more about the paranormal, or if you have experiences, or you just want to get spooked out at nighttime by yourself. What was that?
Drama free.
Oh, drama free. Absolutely. Well, this is AJ.
And also
check
out Talking with the Source. Check out Coventry Circle Paranormal on YouTube and Facebook. Check out Haffern Paranormal on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And everybody, have a great night. I know AJ's got to run.
Absolutely. This is another episode of Talking with the Source. Thank you guys for stopping by.